Welcome to our channel Flicks Tunes TV to a new review and analysis video.
Another year, another Final Destination film, and in 2025, Bloodlines tried to slice open a new vein of the franchise, literally. But does it breathe fresh life into a formula that's been killing teens and traumatizing audiences for over 2 decades? Or does it trip over its own twisted timeline? Today we're breaking down Final Destination, Bloodlines, from the blood-soaked setup to its confusing callbacks and the plot holes you could drive a log truck through. Let's get into it. Let's start with a quick summary before we dive into everything else. In this fan-conceived installment, Final Destination, Bloodlines delves into the legacy of survival and the inescapable grip of death.
Death is coming for our family.
The story centers around Stephanie Reyes, a college student who begins experiencing vivid premonitions of fatal accidents. As she investigates, Stephanie uncovers a chilling connection to her grandmother, Iris Campbell, who survived a catastrophic event decades earlier due to a premonition. This revelation sets off a chain of events where death seeks to correct the disruption caused by Iris's survival. Stephanie races against time to protect her family from the same fate, leading to a series of inventive and gruesome death sequences that pay homage to the franchise's signature style. In theory, Bloodlines is supposed to expand the lore. In practice, well, let's talk about it. Chapter 1: Plot Holes Inconsistencies. While the idea of family curses and bloodlines adds a fresh angle, Bloodlines also trips over some serious plot holes. Bloodlines offers a new twist on fate, but leaves some questions unanswered. Why only Stephanie? Premonitions come only to Stephanie, yet the curse affects others in the family and their circle. The film doesn't explain why she's singled out as the seer. Curse boundaries are unclear. The movie claims the curse targets the bloodline, but some victims are outside the family. How does death decide who's next? Time gap mysteries. Iris survived a catastrophe decades ago, yet the curse's dormancy and reawakening remain unexplained. What triggered death to resume its pursuit now? Death's design consistency. The kills follow the franchise's signature elaborate setups, but some feel less tightly choreographed compared to earlier movies, making a few deaths feel like sudden accidents rather than carefully orchestrated fates. Final sequence ambiguity. The ending hints Stephanie escapes death momentarily, but a final shot suggests her fate is sealed. The timeline of deaths here feels rushed and leaves the audience wanting clarity. Chapter 2: Thematic Analysis. Bloodlines deepens the franchise's core themes with family as fate. Death targeting a bloodline makes survival a legacy struggle, tying characters to past trauma and inherited curses. Power and helplessness of premonitions. Knowing the future doesn't mean changing it. Stephanie's visions bring dread as much as hope. Death as personal and inevitable. Unlike previous films' randomness, here death feels like a vendetta against the family, making it more intimate and relentless. Hints of larger mythology. A coroner figure's brief appearances imply a bigger supernatural framework around the curse, teasing unexplored depths. Final Destination, Bloodlines takes a bold step by weaving family legacy and inherited fate into the classic, cheating death, formula. This fresh angle brings emotional weight that earlier entries often lacked, making the horror feel more personal and tragic. The inventive death sequences remain true to the franchise's trademark style, tense, suspenseful, and gruesomely creative. Though a few setups could be tighter, the film doesn't shy away from delivering shocking, memorable kills that keep fans on edge. However, Bloodlines also highlights a challenge in expanding the Final Destination mythos, balancing fresh ideas with coherent rules. The ambiguity around who exactly is targeted by death and why certain characters survive or perish can leave viewers confused. The curse's mechanics deserve deeper exploration to fully satisfy fans hungry for lore. On a thematic level, Bloodlines shines when it reflects on the burden of family history, how trauma, secrets, and past survival can haunt present generations. Stephanie's journey is as much about confronting inherited pain as it is about physical survival, adding a layer of psychological horror. Ultimately, the film reminds us that in the Final Destination universe, death isn't just a random force. It's personal, persistent, and relentless. Whether you see it as a curse, destiny, or balance, Bloodlines proves that no matter how strong your family ties, death always finds a way. if you're a fan of inventive horror with emotional stakes and a chilling atmosphere. Bloodlines deserves a watch, a fitting, if imperfect, addition to the franchise legacy. Thanks for joining me in this breakdown. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Which death in Bloodline surprised or shocked you the most? And what other horror films should I analyze next? See you next time.